Hey everybody, Scott with G Reviews here. Gonna do a little installation video on the 17-tooth pinion gear for the Rustler 4x4. I did purchase the truck on Saturday, however, I tightened this pinion gear a little bit too much, and if you can see that, I did actually break the pinion gear, which I really didn't think was possible. It is a piece of metal, but I guess I don't think this particular one was Traxxas branded. I'm not really sure, but anyway, so I broke this. I didn't have a spare one, so I had to go get another one. But anyway, so I wanted to get the 17 tooth because it was for high-speed runs. So I'm gonna go ahead and install that again right now. It's just on the Titan, the brushed setup instead of the brushless setup. However, it's not really going to make too much of a difference in terms of installing the pinion gear. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is going to go ahead and take off the cover there. I'm using my handy dandy Traxxas toolkit that comes with all the various wrenches that we need to work on the truck. This particular one is the H3.5 or hex 3.5, I believe it's millimeters, but anyway, so we'll go ahead and take off this cover first and foremost, making sure not to lose any of the screws. I'll put that to the side. We'll go ahead and change our hex here. This one's a little bit bigger. The one that's used to take off this right here is it's the 4.0 or hex 4.0 size. What's really nice about this wrench is like super duper adjustable. So if it is in kind of a tight spot, you can adjust the length accordingly. So we're going to take this off. And right now, as you can see, I don't even have a pinion gear on there right now. I just took the only one that I had off, so I could rev the engine, the motor. But anyway, so we've got put that to the side, and really, it's as easy as, I'm gonna head and take this off, pull this out. Again, this is the brushed. Go ahead and take the pinion gear off. To be very careful. Very careful not to lose the little grub screw. So you got a pinion gear. And this is the machined hardened one. It said hardened, so hopefully it'll be a little bit more durable than our current one. And then we have a little tiny grub screw, so we want to put that in there just enough so we don't lose it. I don't know if this is just a Traxxas thing, or do most of these things come with perhaps most of these screws come with these, but this grub screw actually does have blue Loctite on it, which is pretty nice. Make it a little bit easier. But anyway, so all we will do is screw it in there just enough so it doesn't, so we don't lose it. Anyway, so again, we'll just put it in there just enough so we don't lose it. Go ahead and find the flat surface of the output shaft, which is right here. Line that up. Alright. So again, we'll just line that up. Put this in here. Alright. So obviously, not done yet. But you can line up that till it's about right. And we will go ahead and make sure that the grub screw is on the shaft correctly. Alright, so now just want to make sure that I can get a nice close-up for you. So right now the grub screw is not technically in the right position. you gotta make sure that the grub screw is going to be flat on the output shaft of the motor. So let me just confirm that for you. Yeah, that's about as flat as it's gonna get. So you're gonna want to make sure that this is lined up perfectly with that. So as you can see, it pretty much is. Make sure it's nice and tight, obviously, because this thing rotates extraordinarily fast. And one little tip that I learned from Traxxas, actually Traxxas.com, was how you set the mesh. Is you take a little piece of paper and you want to pass it through. Pass it through the gear mesh, and if the paper can pass through, that should be set pretty well. If it can't, it's too tight. So go ahead and do that. Alright, so now that I have that more or less set, I'm going to put this screw back in here. Make sure that mesh still works. This one I know we want to have it really tight. I don't want to break any plastic or anything, but so hopefully that should be good. Looks like it's good. You can kind of see down in there. It is a little bit off, so I'm going to adjust this screw a little bit that way, but other than that, it does look like the mesh is set up properly. And really the last step is just to go ahead and put this cover back on once you're all done. But that's pretty much the process to replace a pinion screw on, or pinion gear on either a Slash, Stampede, Rustler, all those various types of trucks. Again, the process is exactly the same if you have a brushed or a brushless setup. So anyway, this has been Scott with Gear Reviews. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.